quiche was delicious.
Oh, thank you. Can I move this stuff?
Yeah, move that stuff. I don't know what that is.
Dumped somebody's water. It's probably Emily's water. Oh. Oh my gosh.
He fights the contact. He really, I guess.
I'll get past it. Yeah, I have some Whitney's graduation cake.
Yeah, I put a piece aside for Emily.
Can't believe she's out of college. Can you believe Whitney graduated college?
Isn't that amazing?
I can still picture her head coming out of the birth canal.
when
She was a beautiful baby. Pink, you know, perfect round head. Oh, she's beautiful. Yeah.
I mean, that was 4 years. 4 years that went pretty quick. I mean, it's easier just to film this.
That way.
No discussion.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to do it on a tablet. Can you zoom in and out on that?
No.
But it looks good though. You can really see it.
Yeah, it's easier than filming
I'm
it
gonna do
with the
this.
camera.
Yes.
The camera, you know, the screen is smaller, but you could get a better quality picture, and you can zoom in. No, you can't.
Lydia could sit here and do this.
His stifle looks good. You know, notice that he's
So they didn't. She had his stifles injected too. She said, or
the
just
stifle, just the one, just the one that was. There was some.
what they inject it with?
Whatever they injected my knee with. You know,
Oh, okay.
the usual.
Okay. Steroid.
There was some amount of fluid around it. See, he fell on the ice this winter, and he pulled something in over his croup, and he was really sore. But he wiped out going down that big hill in the front, chasing Morocco. Now, Morocco, when he goes downhill, his whole weight is on his back end. He would be, I mean, that's just like quarter horse thing. He would be a good event horse if he weren't so damn squirrely. You know, he's liable to wig out on you if you're
Well, he
scared.
would just take time. You know, somebody'd have to do it for a couple of years, and then he'd probably just go.
Yes, once he figured it out, he'd
Yeah.
be okay. But, I trot him, and he's got a really nice trot.
Are you riding Morocco?
You have. I didn't canter him. Next time I
Right,
get
but
on.
you're on him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he's like, I go on him. He turned around like, what? Turn around and look at me. You know, like,
Who is on
the
me?
look on his face when I got on him
That is
was
so funny.
like, what the hell? It's like, so
That is so
you can't
funny.
touch. You just, you know, you have to keep him up, like. If you trot him forward, his back's up. You can actually feel his back up.
Yeah.
But it's hard to keep him moving forward. I didn't wear spurs. I was just kicking him, you know. So she wants to qualify him for the region competition. So, and she doesn't want me messing up his
His training.
his training and his median score. she doesn't want me messing up his median score. So she says, if you show him, you'll just have to show opportunity classes.
What are opportunity classes?
Where you don't have to belong to any organization that doesn't count for
Oh my
anything.
God, how funny.
I'm like,
Well, that's okay. You'll still get to show. Like, you'll get going. You know what I mean?
yes, right.
It'll get you back into it.
Yeah, because if I don't get into it, it's not going to happen ever again. I'll just be like Joan and Frank.
You'll turn into an old lady.
Yeah, that's like,
That's what kept Ika going. He kept
Oh, I know.
doing it.
I know. Emily in her networking met a woman who's 68, and she buys weanlings. And she buys weanlings, and then she works with them, and then she gets them to Free St. George and sells them for a shitload of money. So she's always got like a new one, a medium working
Gets
one.
them to PSG and sells them.
She says, yeah, you train them to PSG and then you sell them for a lot of money.
That's what David's doing. His 2 horses he brought from Europe, from Germany. That's what he got them for, as sale horses. I didn't know that. David Collins. But they said they don't see him selling this one he has because it fits him beautifully. You know, he's like 6'3" at least, David Collins.
David Collins is that old?
6'3".
Oh, 6'3". Oh, yeah.
I think he's 60.
Well, he probably is.
And this horse is probably 18 hands. It's huge.
Well, he looks really good there.
Yeah, he did. He looked really good there. He's flipping his toes.
Oh, yeah, they want the horses now. They want them to have really high knee action like Totius. I said, you know what? It's all
It's always a trend.
the trend. That's the right word. Who cares? We saw this horse. Damon Hill is a really big stud. And we saw this horse this lady imported from Germany, young horse, I think he's 5. Or, yeah, 5, 4, 5, I don't know, 5. I don't know if he's 4 or 5. Anyway, he has a professional was riding it. She paid like $90,000 for him. And because of his bloodline, and this professional was riding him. And he has that really high Totius gait. But he paddles so bad when you're in front of him. I mean, his feet are like out to the side. I mean, it's just like you don't want that.
You just got to stay away from the trends because they go away. The trends leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just like styles. If you just stay sort of classical, you're in all the time.
Yes,
You know
it's
what
like
I mean?
having a Pendleton skirt or a good
Yes.
Talbot's jacket. You know, it's kind of boring, but
Sort of the
works.
Ralph Lauren type styles.
Yes, you're right.
You look nice and neat and kept.
That's it.
He's tired.
This horse is not easy. He has an attitude. ODD.
You know what's funny though? I was telling Sue Stephenson really likes Diamante. You know what he did last lesson? I can't believe it. She had 4. Last time what was it? It was a little jump, a pole on the ground, a little jump. No, it was a pole on the ground, a little jump, a pole on the ground, a little bigger jump. You know what I mean? There were 4. It was just 4 canter strides. So we ended on that 2 weeks ago. Well then, so last week we started the lesson. She goes, Beth, I just want to see what he remembers from last week. She said, trot over these 2 poles. They were just 2 ground poles. They were right next to each other on the ground. That's all it was, laying on the ground. He trots up to that and jumps.
Like,
Jumped over it. I thought he was just going to trot over him.
yeah, I would have
Luckily,
thought so too.
like
Luckily, you
catching-
were prepared.
I guess my body was. So she was like, wow. She was really thought that was really great that he remembered. He jumped over.
Bye,
there,
Ryan.
You know.
Thank you. I'll try to be in better shape.
She said he's smart. She was, impressed by him or whatever. And I said, well, we used to joke when we used to joke. You would say, I'm smarter than you are. When he would look at us. She thought that was funny. But she said, but you know what, Beth? They're all tough when they're young. They're all tough to handle. So I think, I don't know, probably the more, because I thought Diamante was difficult, but David Collins thought he was great. You know what I mean? So I think the more you see, it makes me wonder about Pete, really. You know what I mean? The more you handle correctly from the get-go.
See, the other thing is,
David said he tried stuff with him. He goes, he tried something with me.
Well, I think they do as a matter of just... But they have, like we were always used to having those off-the-track thoroughbreds.
Right.
And they were past that stuff. Even if they were 5, they were past it.
Exactly.
That's true, and I didn't think of it that way.
Daisy, when I got her, had 30 days. She was backed for 30 days. Walk trot canter, she was. Green into the canter, but she tried some stuff with me, but I missed all of that younger stuff.
Yeah, and he was only turning 3 when we got him. He was 2.
And he was like walk trot, right?
Well, she had him down there at that Pelton farm. The lady put a saddle on him, and she rode him a little bit. He did walk trot. He looked pretty good. Cindy Faulkner's an amazing rider.
But that's nothing. You realize it's nothing.
It's nothing. And so Emily, when, she was thinking he was a little more broke than he was. And then he started... At first he was okay, and then Ryan said, oh yeah, they always are okay when you first start them. And then they figure out, hey, what's going on here? I don't want to do this.
Right. She might have wanted her stick. Maybe she wants her stick. She might need her stick.
Oh, where'd it go?
It's right here. Let's see if she yells for it. Yeah, she might.
See, he would not canter the one way because of that stifle.
Which stifle is it? Is it the left?
I'm not sure.
Remember Linda's horse.
Oh, dear God, yes. Oh, Linda's built a house.
Yeah.
She bought 10 acres and built a house, and already she's moving into it. You see, she moved down there in May of last year, already has the property, already has a house, already has the whole thing. Emily, do you want your whip? No. Stop her. She already moved into it. And, here's me screwing around 2 years later. The piece of property she has is very much like mine. It's like all cleared. And the house is really nice. Looks really nice.
Good for her. She and her sister did this together?
And the mother.
Wow. Yeah, that was good.
Nice house. Looks like a nice big house. Big.
What state is this?
North Carolina.
Oh, God, I should move to North Carolina.
She's in...
We live up
I
here.
don't know if she's in Raleigh or Charlotte. I always say, is she in Raleigh or Charlotte? And then Emily says, I think it's Charlotte. Oh, I don't know. It might be Raleigh. Well, they're different. They're not close together. I mean, but I rather imagine, since she and her sister both work for PNC, they're in Charlotte, because Charlotte's a big banking capital in the United States. So I don't know, but it's nice. It looks nice. Oh, did she? Good for her.
I said to Whitney, hey, Whitney, hey, you rode Red really well. And she goes, oh, thanks. And Becky goes, yeah, I didn't get to see it. And Whitney said, yeah, so glad somebody's giving her the business.
I am too.
But she doesn't care. She doesn't
Well,
care.
that thing about the graduation, there's no excuse for that. Your goats will have lice today, an extra day. Who cares?
She didn't want to do it. She didn't
No.
want to go. It's just shittiness, you know? So shitty. Is it too late to do the WP?
No, I don't think so. Because they're looking for scores. If you email Karen Pachalski and tell her you're putting your scores in, because they're scrounging up people.